Welcome to the show that delivers all the delicious topics. Everything is on the menu. We go inside the culture from artists to A&Rs, managers and memes. We may talk about entrepreneurship, sports, politics, current events, even relationships. I am your host, Lance Arrington, along with my co-host.
I'm your Majesty.
And this is the Hip Hop Diner. Oh my goodness.
What's up, Lance?
What's up?
Nothing much.
Your Majesty.
And is?
Yes. Oh, it feels good to be in front of this microphone.
It does.
It absolutely feels like home. I love saying that introduction. I feel in flow now.
In flow. I'm glad you feel that way.
Finally.
Back in business. Back on the grind.
Back in business.
Okay.
Back in business. Back in business.
So what we talking about?
Well, we
got a couple things to talk about.
Yeah. Well, how was your day, first of all? Let's get all that nice stuff out the way.
Yeah, my day was cool.
It's hot outside.
It's definitely hot outside.
I hate hot rain.
Yeah.
Like when it's 87 degrees outside, humid, and then it's raining.
It's nasty work.
That's nasty work. That's nasty work.
You got me saying that from the last time we were talking. Now we trying to use that for anything.
I mean, there's a lot of things out here that's nasty work.
It is.
Mean, we live in a world of
nasty work,
apparently. But yes, we do have a lot of things to talk about. Let me refocus because I'm just like in the moment right now because I'm just so happy to be here. But yes, we do have a lot of things to talk about. We have a main topic, but we have some little current events going on now.
Yes, before we jump into the main topic, we got to touch on a few things that's going on in the world.
So we got some sports stuff, with the WNBA and the NBA. There's a lot of talk about the discrepancies in pay and all of that type of stuff, We're going
to get into some politics.
Yes, we got Trump, of course, doing his crazy thing, trying to get the Republicans to pass legislation to where he's always immune, like forever immune from being in trouble for anything, getting prosecuted for anything.
Absolutely.
That's nasty work.
That's nasty work.
That's
and then the ultimate nasty work is this situation with Diddy. We got to touch on it.
We can touch on that. Do you want to touch on do you want to cover that last name thing? Or you just want to?
Nah, let's just stick with the topics we got, the three, and then we go into our main topic.
All right.
So what's the topic of sports?
Sports, so we got Angel Reese, right? Big up Angel Reese. She's the reason why I watch the WNBA now. They were interviewing her the other day. So now that is becoming a little more popular because of her, Caitlin Clark, a number of other young ladies that have now entered into the WNBA and is bringing some heat to it, right?
I agree.
So now everybody's paying attention because the WNBA has been around for a very long time, but no one's really,
It hasn't been as big as it is now with the women that are in the industry.
Social media and all of that type of thing. So it's finally finding its space in the culture, right?
Right.
People are finally paying attention to it. Now, let me take that back. There's a lot of legends that's coming out of WNBA. Let me show some respect on that, right? Without naming names, Cheryl Swoop, some other people, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I watch the WNBA. If I know their name is because they were like on commercials and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think
Angel Reese.
Yeah, like I think I know Cheryl Swoops because she was like the first female to dunk or some crazy shit like that, right?
Okay.
But yeah, so Angel Reese. So we fast forward to 2024. We got these young ladies coming in. They coming off their NIL deals out of college where now the college player can get paid, They get paid through endorsements and all that. So I think in college she was making like $1.5 million. So she comes off of that. She comes into the WNBA, and I believe she signed a 4-year contract for $336,000. I don't want to misquote that. Let's just say $350,000.
Okay.
Right, for the sake of argument. That's 4-year contract, $350,000. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We have, and now on the flip side of that, we have the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, so I'm a Sixers fan. I think Paul George, we thinking about getting Paul George. He wants a 4-year contract. I'm thinking, I believe he's looking for upwards of $180 million.
Okay, so basically it's not equal pay in the industry between the females in the males.
I mean, yeah, like what she gets paid for 4 years can equate to some players per game salary.
Okay.
You know, at those numbers, like that's what you clearing every game, or at least, yeah, every game.
So do you think it's fair what she's getting paid, or do you think it's not based off of her terms of her contract? Like, is it fair pay or no? Like, do you think that she should be getting paid more, or is it equal?
I think they are starting to get to the point where they should be getting paid more. A lot of people don't understand that the WNBA was created to offset the losses of the NBA. It wasn't created as a thing to put money into and actually build up a fan base and, you know, try to create a woman NBA, like really try to create one. It was created to generate enough money to offset the losses from the NBA.
Okay.
So they were never going to put money into it. So from that standpoint, understanding what it is, not that they should be not that I don't think they should be making more. I understand why they don't make more, right? But fast forward again to 2024, the more popular. Long story short, it comes down to what the WNBA is now generating in revenue, right? Mm-hmm. So if that number has increased, then their pay should increase. But I'm not the one that matters. Is the players that matter. And according to Angel Reese, she doesn't have a problem with it. Her 77, again, I'm just rounding numbers, her $77,000 a year for that's the other thing. It's not a year, right? It's 4 or 5 months this season on top of what she makes in her endorsement deals. And I think that's coming in around, she might land in the teens or something in endorsements, something like that.
And you also got to realize that Angel Reese is probably one of not many that has endorsements. So she's actually making more money just off of having that extra stream of income with the endorsements. All the other players might not have endorsements. So
that's true. I mean, not all of them do. I mean, not
that
every
may be
NBA.
Why she cool with it, like, cause she like, all right, yeah. I got bags coming in from other sources, so maybe her, you know, what she getting paid for the NBA is cool with her because she got bags other places.
Exactly, and that was one of the points she made. She said, first and foremost, she's doing the thing that she loves, and you really can never put a dollar amount on that.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, I've done a lot of things for free because I just love to do it. When you're doing the thing that you love to do, you don't even think about money. You know, that's just a byproduct of you doing that thing long enough. But she's happy with it. I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked. She's happy with it. And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. She says she's getting paid to do the thing that she loves. On top of her endorsement deals, I forget what the figure was, but she's making that. So the $76,000 to play basketball is $76,000 to play basketball.
She's not complaining. She's cool
at all. Like, you know,
she's not complaining. I think she's cool.
A lot of people in America would take $76,000.
Yeah, and you playing basketball.
You know, that's a livable wage. Exactly. You're playing basketball for $76,000. Caitlin Clark, I think she signed a deal with Nike for in the 20s.
Yeah, I think now, is it depending on the player? Like, do they get paid more because of like who they are? Like, does LeBron get paid more because he's LeBron, but everybody else get paid?
Well, of course.
Now, I don't think that's fair.
Why?
Because why you get paid more than me and we doing the same thing?
Because I'm better than you at it.
Oh.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah, right. Because I'm better I'm better than you at this thing, which should equate to I generate more revenue at doing this thing. So I bring more value to this thing than you do.
And you think that's fair?
Yes. That's the fairest way to be. Like, because it's the flip side to that also. LeBron is getting paid what you're getting paid, and he should be getting paid more. See, it's not just everybody should be paid equal because of my opinion, but you got to look at LeBron. LeBron looking like, well, I got to make what he make, and I'm way better than him.
I mean, that's a sport industry. I guess.
But that's really with any industry, right? Like, if you put the time and effort into give yourself a skill set that separates you from everybody else, you should be fairly compensated for that.
I guess it depends on the industry, because if I work at Walmart and I bag faster than you think I'm gonna get paid more than you because I bag faster?
No, not at all. But you got to look at it like that person that's bagging faster has to understand that. Well, actually, no. I mean, if you're bagging, let's break that all the way down. If you're bagging faster, right? That means that your line is moving faster, right, which means you're making more money in that line. Like you're moving more customers.
But you don't get paid per customer. Your pay is your pay regardless.
That's a different example, right? No, like that person should get a promotion. He should get a raise. You bring more value to it.
You heard that, Walmart?
Exactly.
Pay your people more for the ones that work better.
Yeah, if they bringing in revenue for you, they should be getting paid comparative to that, right?
I don't know. I would feel, well,
that's the economy in the lump sum. That's how you make money. You bring value to the market. You solve problems. You give yourself enough skill set to where you bringing more value to the market. That's the only way to create any type of, that's the fair way to create money. If you just sitting around and like you that's not how, the universe works. That's not how the law of attraction works. That's not how you get things. You have to give out. You actually have to give more than what you're worth to even start making more money. So you kind of got to work harder than what you really getting paid for. And the money got to catch up.
Agree to disagree. Now, let's move on to Donald Trump. What's going on with this man?
He tripping.
Per usual.
He tripping.
But what's going on?
So he wants the Republicans to pass legislation to where he would be forever immune to prosecution.
No, absolutely not.
Infinity immunity.
Absolutely not. No.
So that's the question.
Like, these people with power really think that they can do what they want to do and not supposed to have any consequences against them. So basically, he's trying to get this legislation passed where anything that he does or have done is
yes, he's more focused on the things that he's done because he's in.
So he just want to wipe it, just sweep it under the rug, act like nothing ever happened.
Of course.
And he thinks
everybody would love to do that. I would love to be like, oh, let me go do whatever I want to do and then just forget about it. Just a forever purge.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
No.
That's not gonna work.
And I just don't understand that whole political spectrum.
You think it'll get passed?
No.
So why he even trying?
Because
he trying it for real. I ain't gonna hold you.
Trump is just Trump, I always say is the reason why Trump's there. The people that control the political spectrum, they put him there. They let him do his thing for a reason. We may not fully understand what that reason is, but Trump's allowed to be Trump for a reason. And most of it is to divide. It's really to discredit the political system as a whole. Because the best way to run a country is not through democracy. Mm-hmm. It's through dictatorship.
Right.
If you're the leader looking at all of these people, what's the best way to control these people? Give them choices or just make them listen to what I tell them to do?
I feel like somebody like him, that's probably the case.
Of course. I mean,
because, apparently these men of power think that they can do what they want to do because of who they are and the type of pull that they have and the type of money that they have. And they think that because of their status in the industry or, politics or whatever like that, they can do what they want to do and just pay to get away with it.
And
he's ridiculous for even thinking that he can get this passed in the first place.
Trump is just, if ridiculous,
nasty work.
If ridiculous was a person, right? That would be Trump, honestly. If ridiculous was a person, that would be Trump.
That wouldn't be the word I use, but
What word would you use?
Nasty work.
Nasty work.
He's nasty work. Nasty work.
But he's been doing it, and Trump's whole purpose, another one of Trump's purposes, is to move the needle of normalcy, right? Closer to debauchery. Mm. I forget the term for it, but in 2016, the first year he got elected, they sat there and they talked about this. The guy was saying that the whole point of Trump is to, again, move the needle for what we deem normal. And he's done that.
Mm-hmm.
This shit's crazy now, right?
Yeah.
The normal is crazy.
Pretty much.
So he's accomplished what he's trying to do, and he's going to continue to try to do these things. Again, it's to discredit the political system and any other seemingly fair-based choice operation.
I'm trying to understand, based upon all the things that he's done, why he's even still in these positions. Like, why is he still having like
because the people love him in West Virginia and shit like that.
I mean,
he's
already getting away with stuff already.
He represents a true demographic. He represents a true part of this population. Like, it's really a lot of people. It's enough people out here that think and feel how Trump does to keep this whole thing afloat.
And they're entitled to that. But my thing is, based off of everything that he's done, why is he even still amongst people in the first place? Like, where's his consequences for anything that he's done? Anything. Where is the consequences for anything that he's done? He's still out here having whole conversations and campaigns and meetings and stuff and bringing black rappers on the thing. Like, what's happening?
The only thing that really happened was basically he's just not president anymore.
Yeah, but
like, that's really it. I mean, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Like, nothing has happened to Trump. Like, and honestly, nothing may ever happen to Trump.
And is that fair?
Is life fair?
But is that fair?
No, I mean, again, you don't get what's fair, you get what you negotiate. So my crazy brain is like, it's not fair, but I respect it because you got it done. You just got to respect the game, and he playing it and he doing his thing. He crazy as hell, and I don't agree with him, but I respect what he trying to do. I wouldn't want to get in trouble either for the crazy stuff I did. And that's those people choices to run with Trump.
Yeah.
So, like, again, when he got elected the first time, I said, okay, y'all about to get what y'all deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And again, y'all about to get what y'all deserve again. If y'all allow for that man to run rampant. So,
I understand. Speaking of running rampant.
That's a great segue into
let me tell you.
Running rampant.
Running rampant is obviously a thing because Cameron decided to go running rampant on his interview with CNN when asked about the whole Diddy situation.
Did he run? I don't even know if that would be considered running rampant. Cam didn't do it. Cam drank some of his what is it?
Horsepower?
No, the pink.
It was horsepower.
Yeah,
or something
he
like
basically plugged in all this stuff. I ain't mad at him, right?
How do you think he went about the interview?
I don't think if he knew going in that these are the questions that they were going to ask him, and he didn't agree with it. Instead of doing it that way and facing all that backlash, just don't go. But that's not Cam's style, though. So again, I respect it. I don't think he should have went. A lot of people say he shouldn't have went. A lot of people say he shouldn't have went, but also a lot of people love it. Because a lot of people understand that's how Cam get down. If you look at Cam's track record of interviews, Cam is gonna be Cam on them Jones. Like, he ain't really no filter. He gonna do his thing. He gonna tell you if he don't agree with it. He gonna let. So they also got what they got what they was looking for.
Now, do you
without
think
knowing that's what they was looking for?
But do you think on that platform, CNN, it's different if you just on like your regular podcast or whatever like that, and that's how you act. But do you think on something like CNN, that behavior should have been displayed on like TV? Or does it not matter? Like, he's just gonna be him regardless.
Yeah, like, it don't matter because it doesn't matter, right? Because who cares of people's opinions at the end of the day? Do you? Cam making his money, his demographic for the most part loves it, right? Some people don't like it. Like, some people just feel like, I don't want to say the more mature people because it's some, I don't know.
All right, so the backstory is he was asked to come on CNN, and apparently he was privy to that he's going to be asked about Diddy. Now, it's not like he went on there not knowing that. Now, after the interview, he did a podcast with Mace where he explained his behavior. Yes. And I don't want to say it was justified why he acted that way, but at the same time, I understand
I did understand where
I understood it, but it's like he could have went about it a different way.
Because he like, one, I'm not even the person you should be talking to right now.
Right, because he has nothing to do with Diddy's wheelhouse at all. They don't cross paths like he said. That's Mace's artist. Cam is not Diddy's artist, so Cam probably don't.
So the question is, why didn't Mace go up there? Did Mace know?
Mace was on there too, but the focus was Cameron because he was acting a damn fool. Yes, Mace was a part of it. Mace was on. Yes, Mace was, but because of how Cameron acted when he was asked, they focused that on him. I don't know what Mace said because they didn't show it. Well, I didn't watch it. I just watched what was on, social media with how Cameron was acting. But I feel like you could have answered like a general question and then kind of just tried to drift into, his other stuff. Yeah. Like he ain't have to go into who booked me for this, and I don't like it. I just feel like it was unnecessary. I understand his reason for doing it, but I just feel like he could have went about it a different way. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't have did it that way, but again, I'm not Cam. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes Cam. But sometimes you just don't be in the mood for shit. Sometimes you just be like, listen, you know how sometimes you just show your ass and you don't give a fuck that you just showed your ass because they should know better. Sometimes you be hangry, like you just be in the mood, like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna give y'all what y'all looking for.
Yeah, I just think that wasn't like the time.
Because you got to ask yourself, because I mean, I'm looking from his perspective, like, why can't you do that? Like, why? Because of the CNN platform? Because I know how Cam looking at it, like, why I got to respect anybody on this platform? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why y'all scared to not act like this?
But then do you think that something like that would mess up future interviews?
I don't think he cares.
Okay. Like well, we talking about Cam, so it ain't
like especially if it's an interview like that, you know what I'm saying? He don't care about that, and then the people it's
not stopping nothing.
Yeah, and then it is the people that's going to interview him for his podcast space. That's the demographic that understand why that happened the way it happened.
Yeah, it's that little interview ain't stopping no other bag.
Cam so said he wouldn't snitch on the serial killer if he lived next door. He would just move.
Right. I understand.
Like, that's Cam. Like, Cam, like, listen, I'm gonna do what's best for Cam.
So his actions are justifiable, all in the sense of it was justifiable.
Yeah. But Diddy's actions is a whole the reason why he was up there.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
We just going no, right? I'm not even tapping into that conversation because we ain't got that kind of time. But what we do have time for is our topic.
Oh boy.
Okay. You want to do the honors of doing our topic, or should I do it?
I mean, let's lift it. You want?
Nah, you go ahead. You got it.
She love me and hate me at the same time. Oh, what is this?
We got a good topic, y'all.
I promise this is going to get a little better, right? Put that there, matter of fact. Put that up there like that. Do this.
All right, what's today's topic? What's our conversation?
If a woman says no to an engagement proposal, should the relationship be over?
That's a good question. I think that's a good controversial question because it could go. I mean, I feel like more people would lean towards yes.
It should be over.
I think a lot of people would say, yeah, it should be over. But I don't know. Let's just jump into it. I mean, how do you feel? Because see, here's the good thing about this conversation. I'm a female and you a male. So I'm going to give the female perspective and you're going to give the male perspective. So if you were to ask a female to marry you, you got the whole nine. You got the family there. You got the kids there. You got grandma there. You got everybody there. Everybody there. It's a whole show. Everybody there. Everybody know that you about to propose. You got your friends there. You get down on one knee. You asked her to marry you, and she says no. Like, how do y'all move forward from there? Are you going to want to be in the relationship still? Or are you going to be like, yeah, no, that was like my end all be all. I don't want to do this no more.
Well,
like,
I look at it two ways, right? The first way I look at it is, you already know the answer when you ask the question.
Okay.
Most men, we know where we stand in our relationship with our woman when that question is asked, right?
Right.
So I think a lot of dudes, that's why they do a lot of that. A lot of dudes do a lot of that pomp and circumstance, because it's like, I'm about to misspeak because it just flashed into my head. No, because you can also do that pomp and circumstance if you know the answer is yes.
Okay.
So it's like you can do it knowing that you can celebrate it. But long story short, you know what the answer is going to be before you ask the question. So when we see them videos and the dude's on his knee and he asks the question.
Right.
And she says no, and she's hesitating, and she's crying, and everybody, oh, and he's looking goofy as AF with the ring, and she's just standing there, right? He knew already. 9 times out of 10, you know, right? So if you know going in, and you was just trying to trap her or force her to say a yes, or put her in a position to where she was kind of got to say yes, first, that's nasty work, right?
It's nasty work.
Yeah, that's crazy. Second is, you should continue because you knew that y'all needed to work on your relationship. So if she says no to that in that situation, then I believe that you should continue to work on your relationship.
Okay, so you're saying yes.
In that circumstance, I'm saying yes.
Okay, wait. So
now, because I said 9 times out of 10, you already know the answer, but that's 9 times out of 10.
All right, let's keep it general. So let's go back to the question. Answer the question with yes or no, and then
I'm giving you yes.
It should be over, or no, it shouldn't.
It depends on the circumstance. Everything's circumstantial in life. It depends on the circumstance. So again, some dudes use that pomp and circumstance to trap their lady. You know, going in, she's going to say no. Whether you know that you not holding it down right, she not holding it down right, whatever it is, y'all not on the same. You already know that she doesn't want to get married right now, but you about to play yourself because you want to do your thing or whatever, right? In that situation, you need to get up off your knee. Y'all need to go have a conversation and figure things out. That's 9 times out of 10. That 1 out of 10 time, you may not know that she's going to say no, right? You may get there. You may think, oh, I love this. We on the same. Boom, boom, boop, 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 boop. You get down. She say no. Hopefully she give you a reason. But if you get inside, so I don't think you should continue the relationship because y'all not on the same page and you don't even know that y'all not even on the same page.
So are you saying yes or are you saying no?
I'm saying yes, and 9 times out of 10, when you know going into the situation.
So you telling me if a girl tell you no, you still gonna be with her?
If I knew she was gonna say no already,
you shouldn't have asked her.
Exactly.
All right, but
dudes ask. That's what I'm saying. I know dudes. Some dudes go in knowing that she already gonna say no, but you try to put her mom next to her and her auntie and her grandma.
I feel like if you involve the family, they should know too. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think.
So, but if you genuinely want to marry her, then you need to go have and figure out why she said no.
But I feel like if you're dating somebody, your person has been around the family. Your person knows somewhat of the relationship. So like, that's like you coming to my dad and asking my dad to take my hand in marriage, and he know what's going on. Like, we argue a lot, we toxic. He should know well enough to be like, I don't think that's going to work right now. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I feel like, don't come to my family and say, I'm going to ask her to marry me. Everybody be here at this time. And everybody know, yo, she going to say no. Like, this is not going to happen. It's like somebody should have been like, listen, don't do that. I feel like somebody should tell you, don't do that. Like, no matter what you think, yes, I think somebody should save you from embarrassment.
Yeah, but some dudes, you see, now you saying, you making the assumption that I went and asked their dad and all of that, right? Yeah, right.
You won't ask somebody.
Her.
No. I mean, you would ask somebody in their family, like,
no, like,
you got to.
I mean, if you know to do that, you assuming that these dudes out here know all of that and like know the proper way. What if her dad not around?
If you don't,
what if her mom too busy? What if you? I mean,
you should know the family. If you about to marry this person, you should know the family. You're not about to marry somebody and you don't know their family.
Let's remove the family. What if there is no family? What if y'all live in a different state or a different country, and it's just you and her?
You still should know. Well, unless the family is all in the ground, there's no way that you don't know the family. We gotta
cover. I mean, I know we talk in general, but my brain don't. I try to be as fair. The only way I could be fair is try to think of all possibilities of.
You need to know what you're about to get yourself into.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like,
am I about to marry into like the mob family? Like, I need to know your family. I need to know who's in your family, who's in your camp.
But a lot of people don't take the time to do that. Like, my mom used to always say that. Like, my mom would even say, you need to know what type of ailments they got.
Right.
If they have kids with Down syndrome, all of that. Like, if they having little crazy babies out here, like, you need to know all of that type of stuff.
All of that plays into you getting to that end all be all point.
But
you shouldn't be marrying nobody that you don't know.
Realistically, in real life circumstances,
you shouldn't be getting married then. Realistically, you shouldn't be getting married then. It doesn't make no sense.
I'm not
marrying somebody and I don't know they can't. I don't know your dynamics. I don't know your mom. I don't know your dad. I don't know your aunties, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews. I need to know the whole family. I needed to be at least 10 cookouts by now. I need them to know who I am. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me in my brain that I'm going to marry somebody and I don't know them.
Ninjas will go in you raw on the same night they met you. You think?
You just threw me all the way off with that one. I'm done.
In real life, you think ninjas is walking around?
They not marriage material.
Going through all of that?
You're not marriage material. If you're not, then that means that you didn't take the time to get to know me, my family.
Exactly. That's all. I agree with you. All right, well, then
take all the stereotypical stuff out. We're not being stereotypical. We're going to think that these two imaginary people had enough common sense.
I mean, I ain't even being stereotypical. Like,
no, you giving like the negatives. Well, what if they? No, don't give me.
I think that happens more than the way you try and make it happen.
All right, let's think in the times of back in the day.
Oh, see, now you trying to go.
No. Let's not think today's ninjas that have no common sense. No. Let's not think about today's ninjas that don't have no common sense and no home training and just move fast. Not all of them do. Some of them don't. But let's just take it back to the old days where you're supposed to do it the right way. You're supposed to ask for the woman's hand in marriage. You're supposed to get to know the family. Let's just think with common sense here. We're not thinking the hood ninja version, okay? And the hood girlfriend who they've been together for a hot minute and now they want to jump into a marriage. No, we're not thinking that. If let's put a little bit of detail on it. All right. Say a man and a woman been dating, let's say 3 years. Relationship is good. She know the family. He know the family. Everybody hangs out. He comes to the cookouts. She goes to the cookouts. I know your kids. If they have kids, she knows everybody knows everybody. Like, she's been around the family. She's been to Christmas dinner. She's been to Thanksgiving. He's been to X, Y, and Z. Everything is all good. Everybody knows each other. There's a dad involved, so he's going to ask the dad to have his daughter's hand in marriage. All right, everything is copacetic right there. That's the narrative we're going to go off of. Now, you go have her family, your friends, her friends all show up to this birthday dinner, right? Let's say it's her birthday because, there's certain times that men like to ask, propose. Yeah. New Year's, birthdays, Valentine's Day.
During times of meaning.
times of meeting, times of gathering where people are already going to be gathered.
Yes.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, those are the top holidays and events where people will do a proposal. All right. So that's the scene. We're going to do a birthday dinner. It's her birthday. It's a family birthday dinner. Everybody's there. Everybody is in on it. Everybody knows that you're about to ask her to marry you. You get down on one knee in front of the family. Mm-hmm. She says no. No. She says no. In front of everybody.
Then no. It's time to move on.
Okay.
It's time to move on.
Okay.
If those are the circumstances that we are working in, right? If that's the situation, then no, it's time to move on because you want to be married and she doesn't.
Okay. So your answer is no. The relationship should end.
Yeah, because now you playing in my face.
Okay.
Is this ring returnable?
I feel like anything that you buy should come with a receipt.
It better.
I would hope so.
Yeah, like, did she come with a receipt? Well, you didn't buy her. But yeah, we done.
Okay.
Because one, my feelings is hurt.
Okay.
My feelings are hurt.
Okay.
You played me.
What if her reason is justifiable? What if she gives you like a reason that you can agree with or you can understand where she's coming from? Because
well, then that goes back to what I said originally. Like, it's circumstantial. Then yes. Then if it's a valid reason and you agree with the reason, then
it's a yes. But if it's no reason, it's like everything is all good. She don't give you no reason. She's if
you end up being the side John and you just didn't know it.
The side John.
Like,
that's nasty.
It's time to go, bro. It's time to go.
Okay. So if everything's been going good, she don't have no reason, no legitimate, valid reason for her no. And she just like, no. Not like, no, I'm not ready. No, we got to do this. No, we got to do. No, it's just like, no. Like, no.
Yeah, because now you're dealing with somebody that don't even care about your feelings. She only worried about her feelings. She's not even trying to give you an explanation on why she doesn't want to marry you. She's not giving you any reason, anything that you can work with to build on to become the person if you want to become the person. Like, you know, if she gives you reasons on why she's not marrying you, oh, this, that, and the third, you have to decide, do you want to become the person that she's willing to marry? You know what I'm saying? Or you, like, if you're not marrying me for me, then we not going to get married.
Okay, so from a female's perspective, if a guy was to propose to me and I say no, would I want the relationship to be over or continue? I mean, that's a good question. Hold on, wait. I wasn't ready for my own question.
Yeah,
hold on.
Apparently.
Well, for me, you the one that want to get married, not me. So it's like, I don't mind us being together. Just because I don't want to be married doesn't mean that I don't still want to be with you. So I guess for me, I don't feel as though it should be over, but at that point, the ball is in your court. It's no longer in my court.
That's violent. Yeah, that's real. And then if she was to explain it to you that way, you're probably 10 out of 10 times you're going to accept that answer.
But are you going to accept it and still want to be with me?
Yeah, if you loved her enough to just ask her to marry you and she's saying, I'm just not ready to be married at this time, but I still want to be with you, and I'm assuming that that's a possibility in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you looked off to the right, like, I mean,
because hold on, because my whole thing with marriage is like I feel like, all right, if you dating me, we've had this conversation. You should know my point of view on marriage for you to even if you ask me to marry you and you know I don't want to get married, you're stupid. You should already know because we've had this conversation.
But that's what I said.
It's just like you should know if I want more kids or not. So don't give me no more kids.
You know your lady.
You should know before you even get to that point to ask that question. So if you got to the point where you want to ask that question, there should not be a no. But in the event that there is a no, because I feel like you said earlier, piggybacking off of what you said, you should know your woman. You should know if she wants to be married. First of all, she's going to give you the hint before you even think about it. She going, start going to other people's weddings and bringing you. She's going to start giving you hints. She's literally going to start giving you hints.
Yes.
So that's how you know for sure that she wants to get married. Now, if she's not doing stuff like that, and you just like, oh, we together, we've been together this long, I want to be with you forever, and you just be like, I should marry her, and she gave you no inclination that she wants to get married or nothing, like y'all may have had 1 or 2 conversations years ago, but if it's not something that's going on right now, like I said, she not bringing you to weddings, or she not talking about it, or she's not throwing subliminal hints to you, because females that want to be married are going to subliminally tell you, like, flat out. It's not going to be no confusion about it.
Because now you got to think about, are y'all currently living together? Because, you know, if y'all living in separate spaces, and then she's talking about moving in together and things like that, I mean, then that would lead to the conversation of possible, like you said, she's going to start dropping hints. Mm-hmm. If she wants to move in with you, that means she wants to be closer to you.
Right.
So then the natural progression to that is, and then once y'all closer together, those conversations, again, she'll drop another hint about being married. Like ring size. Yeah, like
baby, you like this ring on me?
My ring size is my shoe size.
She start looking at dresses. She start watching My First Wedding and stuff. Like, she start watching
all her
stuff.
Girlfriends getting married, and like you said, you got 15 weddings to go to in 2 months. Like, you like.
And she starts saying, oh, isn't that nice? Like, she just started throwing subliminals at you. And if she's throwing subliminals at you, there's no way that she's going to say no. Now, if ain't none of that stuff going on, and y'all just copacetic, y'all just rocking the way y'all rocking with nothing like that.
Just cold
you
calling
just
it.
Go.
Yeah, like you taking it upon yourself.
To just think that that's what she wants. You be like, you can't be mad in that sense if she says no. Because it's like, all right, you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that.
No, not at all. I mean, but some people may be mad at it. It all depends. Like, I guess so, right? Like, if she just saying no, she just want to take it slower, and you just moving a little faster than she is, and you just
should know that, though.
Yeah, but maybe you ain't been paying attention to it. Maybe you jumped the gun a little bit. Maybe you had some money. I mean, a lot of people, sometimes that might be, you get proposed to because this is the chance I have to do it, right? Like, I have money right now, I'm gonna buy a ring.
I feel like a lot of men sometimes will propose their own proposal because they are not ready, in a sense of, they want to be more financially stable. They want to have a better job. They want to have this. They want to have a house. They want to have stuff. So it's not that they don't want to get married. They just want to get to a point of, okay, I'm ready.
That's why we say that stuff, because we know that's going to take forever.
Oh, so y'all just be stalling us out.
Yeah, like, no, I got to get the, and then I got to get the, then I got to, and then I got to,
So y'all just be making excuses on why, like, y'all don't want to get married when we want to get married. So it's like, she been throwing at you, she want to be married, she want to be married, she want to be married. Because, I don't know if you be watching these shows. You got The Ultimatum, and then you got Love is Blind. And I'll break down both of them because I'm pretty sure you don't watch it.
My mom be watching.
So The Ultimatum is 2 people that have been dating, and one person is ready to get married and one person is not. Mm-hmm. The point is for them to go. It's like, I want to say maybe 5 or 6 different couples that go on this show. And like I said, one is ready to get married and one is not. They have to basically date other people that's on the show and decide whether they want to get married to the person that they came with, or if they don't want to get married at all, if they want to move on with somebody else. So basically they pick a different partner. Mm-hmm. Each woman and man pick a different partner to do what's called a trial marriage, to see if, they like somebody else, or if they still want to commit to their partner and at the end be married, right? So that's an experiment right there. All right, cool. So that's a scenario where somebody wants to get married and somebody doesn't, and they're trying to give them the eye opener, like, listen, it's either we do or we don't. Yeah. And at the end of the show, they go back to their partner, their original partner, they do their own trial marriage, and then they decide if they are going to get married or if they're not. Now, that's one scenario. Now, Love is Blind is basically where people are dating in what's called a pod. They don't see each other. So you don't see what each other looks like until you actually pick a person. So the man is actually proposing and then meeting the girl. So you're proposing to a person without physically seeing them. You're bonding off a conversation, and then you have to date and move in with each other for, I think, like 3 weeks. And then it comes to like the day where their wedding day, like their actual wedding day, where they are actually going to say yes or no. And here's a heightened question to our original question that I want to ask you. In this sense of the Love is Blind scenario. So you date a person, you don't see them, you ask them to marry you. Then you meet them, you spend time with them for 3 weeks. You get to the altar. You say, I do. She says, I don't, at the actual altar. Do you, and keep in mind, you've never seen them prior to proposing to them. Uh-huh. And then you've only dated them or been around them for 3 weeks prior to the actual wedding day.
Yeah.
So you don't really know them. You don't know them. You don't have no time. You don't have nothing. You're just going off of conversations that you had prior to asking them to marry you. Because all the interaction before you meet them... I don't agree
with none of that anyway. Like, that's all...
hypothetical sense.
Yeah, that's
and it's entertaining, okay?
Yeah.
It's like, entertaining.
Why would you... Yeah.
Some marriages, some couples have been successful. But some of them have been successful. Like, some couples that have been on that show have been married since their season and they are successful. Some of them have not. But last season, there was one couple... Are they still
married on television?
No. They're still married like in real life. Like real life.
No, I'm saying like, do they get daily check-ins and do they get checked in on, and like them being like, if they weren't married, if they decided not to be married anymore, would people still?
It will be on social media.
Huh?
It will be on social media. You would have to watch the show to know the couples, and like you just have to.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like maybe some of them people stay married because they know in 6 months they're gonna be on TV for still being married.
Oh, well, I think the ones that are still married, it's a genuine marriage. It's not, well, let's just act like we married because we still getting bags. I don't think it's
gotta be genuine. You marry a motherfucker after 3 weeks. That shit crazy.
But you don't know a person in 3 weeks. You don't know a person. Now, some people have like ended their situation within the 3 weeks. Because they move in together. You're moving in with a complete stranger that you don't know.
Those are smart people that just found themselves in stupid situations.
Okay. So there was one couple where everybody was rooting for. We just knew they both were going to say yes. Now there's other couples that they say no and life goes on. But it was this one couple everybody was rooting for. Mm-hmm. She was asked first, which is ironic. Because I feel like you should ask the man first. I don't know. But anyway, she was asked first. And up until the day of the wedding, when I tell you we all was betting our 401k that they were going to get married, it was that serious. Whole 360. That man said no. Now, he still wanted to date. She kind of was like hesitant. Now, in that sense, in that scenario, if you actually get to the altar with somebody and they say no, do you still date? I mean, you're at the altar. You actually got dressed. You got dressed.
No, yeah. Like, because
we still dating? We gonna try this again?
Yeah, because it's like, all right, let's stop the goofy shit. This is TV. We was about to do this 3-week marriage.
Take the TV out. We're not even talking TV. I was just giving you a scenario.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like, even with that scenario, it's like, all right, boom. We were about to do this goofy thing on television, right? So we like each other. Let's remove ourselves from TV, actually date. Mm-hmm. And
spend more time.
Yeah, and then let's go kick it. And then if we still want to get married in a year, let's do that. Now that we went through this process and we were actually about to go do that, we can have a good laugh about it and go get something to eat. You get what I'm saying? Like,
some people don't take that. They be
because y'all were on the set, yeah, because
they be heartbroken
because they feed into the whole thing. Those are the type of anybody that goes on television. Like, and I mean this shit. Like, and I don't care if I offend people or not. Anybody that goes on television and goes through those type of things, they goofy. Like
that type of experiment.
All of that shit. Like, why do you want to do that?
Because you know what? The beginning part of the experiment for this specific
you want to be
one,
on television.
No, I don't think they do.
Yes, you do.
I don't think they do.
Yes, you do. You want to be on television. You want to be on television.
So they just bored.
You want to be on television.
Okay.
You want to be on television.
But you do know there's like a lot of dating shows where people are actually looking for love. You got The Bachelor, you got The Bachelorette, you have Flavor of Love. We already know that was entertainment.
They all want to be on television.
Well, those ones I would say, but you know that those shows do exist where people are actually looking for love and they're documenting it and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say every show or every person.
I believe it if it's like on
television.
TLC or some shit like that. I don't know, because if it's more documentary style, then but
it's
like
not gonna be
if it's a competition show or like any type of thing like that, like then that's fake love. You just want to be on television. That Bachelor shit, you just want to be on TV.
I don't think so.
You just want to be on TV.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because that experiment has worked where people are actually still married.
Dude's not sitting here competing with 5 other niggas.
But they do.
Yeah, because they want to be on TV.
I don't think so. You are just so like...
Yeah, like, because people... y'all be burning me out with this shit. Like, you want to be on television. There's no other thing about it. You sitting here with... How many dudes be on The Bachelor? Competing for
I don't know. Now that show I don't watch.
It'd be like 50 dudes.
Now that one I can't speak on because I don't know.
It'd be like 4 rows of dudes.
I don't know how many dudes
it'd be row
on The Bachelorette.
Like, yeah, well, when the dudes are competing for the woman.
That's The Bachelorette.
Okay, whatever. I mean, on The Bachelor, it's 4 rows of chicks. Row 1, row 2, brunettes, blondes, brunette, blonde, brunette, blonde. The token black girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 12, 15 of them.
Okay. I mean, some of them might actually just want to be on TV. But I think some are actually there for the purpose of love or marriage or whatever the end all be all supposed to be. I don't think everybody...
They just want to do it on TV form. They just want to do it in TV form.
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They want to go through the selection process. They want to go through that. They want to go through all of that.
Mm-hmm. Because you know what? Some people are tired of the traditional way of dating, so they start
they want to be on TV avenues. And do it.
All right.
They want to be on television.
Yeah, Lance, they just want to be on TV.
I mean, I feel like
their sole purpose is just to be on TV. It's not for the purpose of the end all be all of the actual show.
Because how did you end up on TV?
You had to sign up.
Exactly. So you wanted to be on TV.
People that do competitions like, what's that? Like Wipeout. They're on TV to win money. Their end all be all is money. But they're on TV to do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But what's the difference? Because one's money and one's the person. It's the same thing. You have to go on TV to win the money. You have to go on TV to win the man or win the woman. It's the same thing. So how is one different than the other? Because I'm looking for love on television is worse versus me going on a competition show to win money?
Well, I guess, again, to be fair.
Be fair, because you ain't never...
I guess some shows, it depends on how the show is set up. If you about to marry somebody in 3 weeks, then I feel like you want to be on TV.
I mean, we can't follow these people for a year until they figure it out. Like, it gotta be... First of all, their sole purpose is definitely entertainment. Of course. Ratings, views, entertainment.
That's all I'm saying, because the stuff that they be putting, the things that they put themselves through for these things.
Now...
But I can't, again, the only time I'm watching this is when I'm coming in and out of my parent's house and my mom is watching it.
Just spot watching.
Yeah, exactly. And she's trying to explain it to me, and then I'm just giving my general opinion how.
Now, which one does she watch? Love is Blind?
Love is Blind, I think. She watched a lot of Tubi. My mom Tubi'd out. Keep it a whole buck with you. She even watched the African Tubi, like.
So I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, like it be average. Like they don't even be speaking English.
Oh.
She be like, it's good. Like, how you know?
Let her live. Let her watch what she want to watch.
I let her. She love it.
But she watches Love is Blind.
She watches Love is Blind.
Shout out to Mom for watching Love is Blind.
Whatever show I walk in and she be watching, because she always like, you need to watch this to learn about life and all. Are you crazy?
She knows best. She your mama.
No.
She your mama.
No.
She knows. No. If she say you need to sit down and watch it, you need to sit down and watch it.
I guess so.
Yeah, because whatever you doing ain't working. Whatever you doing, it ain't working. So if she say sit down and watch it, you need to sit down and watch it. Now, get your dating skills
I don't
up.
need to learn it from television.
I'm just saying.
Because the only one winning.
Okay.
The rest of y'all losing.
Okay.
So
I'm just saying.
I guess so. What was the question? Would the relationship be over? It depends on the circumstance.
I guess. But if you even get to the point of asking somebody to marry you, you should know. You should know.
Exactly. And that's how like you should know.
You should know. So it should be no way of, you should be confident that the answer is going to be yes. You should not be hesitant with that. Now, come like wedding day, everybody get their cold feet. You be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But I mean, still at that point, it shouldn't be a no either. I don't know. I feel like if there's like a valid reason for not wanting to do it right now, if it's like a not right now thing,
yeah, then there's but there's no need to do all like communication.
Do you think guys do you think some guys ask women to marry them just because they feel as though they
don't want to lose them?
Forced to? Yeah. Because you know what? As I'm sitting here having this conversation with you, I think most guys... Martin is my number one favorite show. And I was just sitting here thinking of the episode where Gina was about to go away. And
he said, he
was in the, damn it, Gina. Will you marry me? And she was like, that was the best proposal I ever had. And then if you excuse me, I got to fight because she left.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was like, damn it, Gina. He was like, he felt like he was forced to do it. And she was like,
he wasn't ready yet. He wasn't ready.
But then he spun the block and he got it together. And he did it the right way. You know?
Because then you gotta ask yourself, do you want to? Do you want?
Is she worth losing?
Exactly. If she's gonna leave out your life because you don't marry her, is that worth it to you?
So then are you forcing yourself to do something that you may not be ready for?
You're definitely forcing yourself to do something you ain't ready for. Because now you just trying to make her happy.
Right.
You're definitely doing something you ain't ready for.
Right. Which is what I felt like his attitude was in that episode.
But people be scared to lose people.
I mean, like you said, if they're not worth losing, but then at the same time, you shouldn't get into something that you're not ready for.
Exactly. So if she want to get married and you don't, you got to stand on business. And like, I don't want to get married. And
do you feel like it's a time frame?
On getting married?
Yes. Dating wise. Like if we're dating, like what's the cap on?
When y'all ready. No, there is no time frame. Because I'm
not dating you for freaking 10 years now.
But now we going into the question of who time frame are we working under? See, it can't be a time frame because now who has jurisdiction over the time frame?
Somebody's dragging their feet. A girl can't marry herself. So the question has to come from you. But my thing is, how long is too long to be dating somebody before getting engaged? Like, if we dating for 7 years, it's like, bro, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? We've been together for 7, 8, 9 years. We still just kicking it?
I'm trying to get my credit together.
No, you're not. No, you're not getting your credit. You're not getting your credit together for 7, 8, 9 years. Not going to work.
I mean, it depends. Well, it depends on what age y'all started dating.
Here we go with it depends. We are not talking high school sweetheart love.
Well, if we are then I mean, but even if you're talking college.
We grown. We're grown.
Well, yeah, then I mean
we're grown.
Yeah. What I come to find out is if you're not,
I think 3 years is enough.
You shouldn't even date anybody, honestly. Like
3 years is enough time to know if you want to be with that person for the rest of your life. 3 to 5 years. I'll give you 3 to 5. I'll give you 3 years to date. I'll give you 1 year to be engaged, and by the 5th year, y'all should be married. That's the timeline. 3 years to date, 1 year to be engaged. If you engaged for more than a year and a half, if you were engaged, see, here's another thing. Don't ask me to marry you, and then the wedding is like 7 years later. Like now you just wanna,
like you trying to play in my face. Like, yeah, you trying.
Like now you trying to trap me, but then you trying to hold on to. Like no, we're not doing that. You're not gonna throw the fishing rod in, dangle it with the ring, and then just hold me there. No, we're not doing that. Don't play in my face. Like, oh, she want to be married. All right, I'm gonna ask her to marry me, but we're not gonna actually get married. I know girls crazy as hell, and I ain't gonna say no names, that's been engaged for way too long.
Mm-hmm.
Way too long. You had me trying to get ready for a dress that I ain't even about to wear it no time soon. Like, what's happening here? Why y'all still engaged 3 years after the engagement? It's not making any sense. Somebody wasn't ready.
It depends, right? Again, it depends. It depends on if the date keeps moving, because life happens. So you might have been planning to get married in a year.
Unless it was COVID, I don't want to hear it.
Or somebody might have lost their job. Or you might decide you want to buy a house instead of having a wedding right now. So you push it back to 2 years, right? And then you lose your job. So now it's 3 years. You get what I'm saying? Then you
always gotta put specifics on it. Because now we losing jobs. Like you just want to have an excuse for something.
Because it depends. If that's the reason, then it's cool. But if you proposing to her to shut her up, and now it's just 6 years later, or you know what I'm saying, then that's not cool.
So if you propose and 6 years later, you ain't losing not a job.
Mm-mm.
Y'all ain't moving, get no new house.
No. Then you bullshit.
Okay. You just put the ring on her finger just to shut her up. Yeah. Just so she could say she a fiance for 7+ years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Or you might just
I'm breaking off the engagement. You're not gonna play in my face. That's my timeline. I'm sticking to it. 3 years dating, 1 year engaged. By that 5th year, y'all should be getting married. If you don't have the money to get married, don't even ask me to be engaged, because after the engagement, we need to start planning a wedding. There is no I'm gonna get engaged and then we gotta save up for the wedding. I feel like that all should already be in the works. It should already be in the works. You should be at least at your halfway point to start at least looking at venues. Because that's the first thing you need. You need a venue if you're going to do it like that. If you're going to get married in the backyard, start looking at it like that. Yeah. If you're going to get married in the backyard, that's another thing. But I feel like you should at least have a halfway point of money.
Before you ask the...
Yes. Because once you ask me to marry you and I have a ring on my finger, I'm going to start being ready to start planning stuff. I'm not going to be engaged for 2 years, and now we are going to start them 2 years. We're going to save up money, and then we're going to start planning. No,
well, whoever's dating, you know who you are. Like they know.
If you're dating me, you're going to know this. Don't play in my face. If you're gonna come that way, come correct. Don't ask me to marry you and then think I'm going to sit around like a sitting duck for the next 2-3 years because you want to get X, Y, and Z together.
You shouldn't even be dating if you don't plan on marrying. Honestly.
But you don't know if you're going to marry somebody.
Huh?
You don't know if you're going to marry the person you're dating.
Like,
you might not like that person after a while. You might not like that person after a while. Like, you don't really know a person in every
that's
season.
What I mean. Like, you should know why you're dating is what I mean to say.
Well, that's your own personal. That's like, your own personal.
Exactly. Like, are you just out here having fun, or are you out here to meet somebody, become monogamous with that person? You know what I'm saying?
You put yourself in the position of that.
Exactly.
If you're out here to date just to have fun, you need to be at the bar.
And being honest and letting people know you don't want to be in relationships.
Right. But if you're dating to be married, you need to meet somebody at like the market. I don't know.
Then like no, you should already have that in your mind already. Like if you out here dating to get married, then you already know that you're not going to prolong that whole process. And that's why you got to know what you're doing this for.
I think a man knows.
I don't think anybody knows anything, and we just running the fuck around here like chickens with our head cuts off, and like you just arbitrarily doing things.
No, a man knows. I don't care what you say. A man knows.
A man knows.
A man knows if this woman is somebody they want to marry versus a woman they like. You know, she just.
Oh yeah,
fun.
Definitely.
So yeah, you don't.
Well.
Know,
yes,
like
you do know.
You know a woman who's wifey material versus somebody who's not. If you got a girl who's ripping and running, she got kids she barely take care of, they always with their grandmom, she's always out turning up, she don't cook barely, none of that kind of stuff. She's like one of them. She always want money. She's not helping you build on whatever you got going on. You know that's not somebody you marrying. But if you got a woman,
well, yeah, you shouldn't even be dating her that long.
I mean, right. At some point, yeah, you're gonna be like, all right, this was fun, but I'm dating for marriage and you're not the marriage type, so just gonna have to end at some point. But if you have a female who ticks all your boxes, she got her head on straight, she got a job, she don't be in your pockets all like that, she take care of her kids or whatever case may be, she the family like her, you know that female, like you know who is.
I mean, if you want to get married, then yeah, that's what you're looking for.
But I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Whether she's throwing hints at you or not, you know, like, she's somebody I could marry. And then y'all working, you know, then you throw it out there, like, so what's our plan for the next X, Y, Z years? Like, you just start throwing them conversations out.
All right, so let's take it full circle then. That's why, through everything we just talked about, that's why I said what I said going in. You already know before you ask that question. So if she tells you no, you already knew that was coming.
No, but there's a difference with that. And the difference is you as the man know that's the woman that you would want to marry. You know, like, all right, this is somebody I want to marry. Now,
but you also know if she's ready to marry you or not.
Now, you know the answer you're going to get based off of y'all conversations, yes. Her subliminal. But before y'all even get to that point, you know that's somebody you want to marry, because you're not going to keep wasting your time with that person.
Yeah, the original question was, though, if she tells you no.
That's the original question, yes.
Yes, yeah. So
but we backing it up, we put it in reverse. A man knows if that's a female they want to spend the rest of their life with. And then you'll know when you're ready, because y'all will start having those conversations. You're not going to ask somebody to marry you if she's not the person you want to marry. That's not even going to be in the thought process, whether she's giving you subliminals or not.
Yeah, so, of course. But yes.
So you know before anything.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure
but that's
on the same page.
Exactly. And you learn that through paying attention to what she's saying to you and how your relationship is and all of that type of thing. So yeah, definitely. No one's like
the man knows first
on whether or not we want to marry.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
And why you say we know first? Because
you know the difference between wife and material. And
why you say we know first though versus you, like,
y'all know.
I think it's simultaneous.
Now don't yeah, like, we know too.
Yeah, exactly.
We know just something to do when there ain't nothing to do. You just one of those. Now, if you one of them, you be like, I just want to marry him. Like a girl, a girl is gonna go heavy on somebody that she wants to be with.
And when do you make that determination?
I mean, time only tells. Your action stuff. I feel like it is, like you said, simultaneous.
So
like,
how do you? So when you first meet guys, what box do you put them in?
And that has been today's episode. Like, yeah. I am not about to go there with you.
I'm just, because
nope. That could be a topic for another episode.
Do you keep them in a neutral box? Because you feel like guys know fast before. So why do you feel like we know?
You don't know that fast. I said that fast. It's not that you don't know first. It's just you don't know that fast. I don't know if I'm going to like you. Listen, it might be 8 months later. You might start getting on my nerve. It's always cute the first couple of months. Everybody want to be around each other all the time.
It could be
everybody want to go on vacation.
8 years later, you can start getting on my nerves.
I'm going to get on your nerve. I get on your nerve now.
Yeah, it's like 20 years from now, you can start getting on my nerves.
Yeah, but
hopefully we got enough love equity built up.
But is your nerves enough for me to want to deal with you getting on for the rest of my life? I don't know. Like, your nerves might not be the nerves that I want to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be rainbows and unicorns the whole marriage or the whole relationship. Of course not. But is your bad season enough for me to deal with?
You got me sliding all over the board right now.
I'm sliding all over the board. Oh, Lord. At the end of the day, Lance said, yes, he would continue the relationship if she says no.
Circumstantial evidence.
Allegedly.
No, like I just believe it. I believe going in on what the answer is going to be.
But if the answer is no, you are saying that you would still continue the relationship under certain circumstances.
Yeah. Okay. If I cared enough to do it.
If you cared enough and a reason was given and it was justifiable, you would be willing. Now, to end this.
I just feel like any dude that's on it, like.
To end this on a note, because we got to wrap this up. To end this on a note, if you continue a relationship and you try again, say later on down the line, would you be hesitant to ask again? Like, would you have like flashbacks? Like, if I ask her again and she say no, like, would you feel confident to try again whenever that time may be? Do you think at that time you'll know for sure?
No, now you're not getting asked until you bring it up.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that.
Yeah, like now it's gonna be like, I'm like, nah, because I asked you before. Now I need to know for sure. So you're gonna be like, yo, why? Oh, now you ready? Oh, all right, cool.
So you want her to be like, I think I'm ready now.
Yeah. Yep. This is a standing question. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this, we gonna sit this here on the table. You say no now, it's still there. But I'm not asking again.
She gotta ask you?
No, she gotta be like, all right, I'm ready or something like that. I don't know. And hope I didn't take the ring back.
If you ask me, I'm ready.
Yeah, like, cause y'all like to play games and y'all make permanent decisions based on temporary feelings. I mean, a lot of people do, but mostly females.
And on that note,
so
that was our
topic. Like, you know how I feel about that's it. So what if you asked? Would you ask a man? First, would you ask a man to marry you?
What? No.
I knew the answer to that already.
You should have known the answer to that. Like, you should have known the answer if she's going to say yes or no.
Exactly. So you're never in a position to have to deal with if a man tells you no or not.
I don't want to be married in the first place. So that's a conversation that ain't even relevant at all. I don't want to be married.
And that's why she is. That's why she's your majesty.
That's why I'm your majesty. And your majesty don't want to be married.
I hear you.
Not legally. Not legally. Not legally. Not on paper. Not like on paper.
Right. I don't even know what that means. We'll tap into that later. Not legally. Just through.
I'll tell you off camera.
Through the heart.
I'll tell you off camera.
Well, anyway.
Common law marriage.
I'm glad that we are back in business. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you enjoyed this episode the way I feel like you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like and subscribe button on the YouTube channel, This Hip Hop Diner. You can check the audio version of this podcast out on anywhere you listen to your wonderful podcasts. And we are your host, Lance Arrington, and
Your Majesty.
And this has been the Hip Hop Diner.